We continue our worship today with a stewardship moment as part of our emphasis this season on a place at the table for you. Thank you, Missie.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Missie Patschke, and I am honored today to provide for you some insights about stewardship. For me, that is giving, serving, and belonging. So just a little background about myself. I am the youngest daughter of 5 and the daughter of a Lutheran minister. I grew up in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and basically church was my second home as a little girl. I often did my homework in the church office. When my mother was at choir practice, I was wiggling around under the pews. And I definitely have fond memories of riding my bike all over the church parking lot while my siblings were in youth group. In addition to that, I also moved my fair share of chairs and tables in the fellowship hall. I weeded the garden in the church office, and I definitely was part of the sibling crew that had to get out there and do snow removal and, throw the salt around on a cold Sunday morning. So basically, being the observer of a young, in a existing family, being the youngest, my parents, by that time when I came along, they didn't have to talk to me overly about generosity or inclusiveness because they lived it. I watched my parents, the church community, my siblings, helping people out that were in need, helping to organize community meals, and sometimes just listening when someone was going through a hard time. I learned early on that faith was not only something you believe, it's something you do. So as I moved on with my life and left Pennsylvania and came down here, it was important for me to find a congregation to join with that same spirit. I truly was looking for a place to come that was grounded in kindness, inclusion, and compassion. So I gave myself a year. And I moved down here and I truly shopped for churches. And I went, my daughters thought it was hilarious because sometimes they track me on the little phone, and sometimes I was at 2 or 3 services on a Sunday. They're like, "You're going overboard here, Mom." But what happened over that year was there was something special about St. Mark's. It was warmth, it was laughter, and it was genuine people that cared about each other. And as that year concluded, I started coming here more and more. And finally, before I ever even decided to be a member, I knew in my heart that St. Mark's felt like home. So, what I know through my own experience is that being a part of any community means that you have to show up and you have to give what you have. And so what I can give is pretty simple. I'm a people person. I like to learn. I like to help. And I'm a good listener. I also like to cook. And I like to share food. So I'm a people connector. I like to cook and share food. And I like building relationships. And if you think of your own experiences, a lot of great conversation and a lot of important decisions happen somewhere between the mashed potatoes and the dessert tray. So in addition to those things, I also donate financially. And that's because I feel it's important when I see where this church is going. I see the impact that the decisions and the church community makes on each other, but also in the faces of those we serve. So sharing these gifts to me has always been my special way of saying thank you to God for the continuing graces that He puts in my life every day. Each of us brings different things to the table, thank goodness. Some teach, some sing, some decorate, some sew, some fix things that are broken, and some bring dessert. And when all those gifts come together, that's what creates a very special community. So to me, that is what stewardship is. It's not about equal giving, it's about being compassionate and committed to something like St. Mark's. So as you think to yourself about stewardship, it's a big churchy word, but I would say to you, what can you bring? Is it a listening ear? Is it a great joke? Is it a donation? Or is it the ability to see the possibilities when other people see problems? I want to end by just saying thank you to you as St. Mark's, because you are a community that does not just preach grace, you live it. And you allow others, including yourselves, to be seen, valued, and loved. So may all of our gifts, big or small, collective or unique, continue to bless this church and those we serve. Thank you.